they held claims all over the place. And it doesn't specify to which claims. They held claims of what we now call Mine Creek, at the time was called East Creek South. Very likely that was specifying in that direction. There's historical records of a road going in that direction. There's still easements for it on the properties just to the east of the Mine Creek Junction, the Mine Creek, present day Mine Creek Road. There's easements on those properties. So we can't specify that it was 583 that they were talking about at that time, because they never specified it. Also, I'd like to also do something here, that this is something that needs to be considered. We have been in error on these proceedings all along for some 3 or 4 years. As we've shown, has been shown by Wade and Jay, the federal law does govern these land patents, and our lands are land patents. Federal law makes clear that no court nor authority holds any jurisdiction to handle matters dealing with land patents. It doesn't specify, oh, except for roads or except for claims. It says no jurisdiction. The only court that has any right to handle any of these issues is an Article 3 federal court, which is under constitutional provisions. Everything that's been done thus far for 3 to 4 years now has been irrelevant and is for naught. I believe Jay has shown the evidence that it's very, very reasonable to see that this was never meant to be. Our properties were never meant to be part of the county road. So far, Ravalli County's handling of this matter of East Creek Gate issue has been done through private UCC law. It's private corporate law. That's what you're operating on. The federal law is set under United States Constitution. 1787 operates within the Republic, which is set at common law, not speaking of UCC common law. Such common law and constitution are set to protect the God-given rights of the people. Commissioners, the county has a responsibility to act within UCC law in certain instances, but also holds the responsibility to the people to act in accordance with the Republic when required, and this is one of those times. Your efforts to try to force UCC law or only federal constitutional common law within the Republic holds jurisdiction only through an Article 3 federal court can be considered a crime. You have sworn an oath to uphold both the state and the federal Constitution. The federal Constitution is the highest law of the land. It's necessary for me to tell you that this matter needs to be dismissed due to the federal law, which is higher than the UCC law. Any infringement upon that, you can be held against you in violation of your oath and in contempt of the federal Constitution, and also federal laws which overrule the UCC or state laws. This needs to be considered by you.